Introducing Moon Knight Featurette.
Your turn. Go ahead.
Introducing Moon Knight Featurette. I don't have the same base, okay?
Oh, I thought yours was so much better. Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hi.
We're looking at a Marvel Entertainment video introducing Moon Knight Featurette, Marvel Studio, Moon Knight, Disney Plus. You know, he's got more footage. That's all that we care about these days. It's just a little bit more, please. Just little bits for us to snack on.
Snacks. Snacky wacky.
Sit here anorexic for Marvel content. Just please.
That's the wrong joke, dude. Because if you're anorexic, you don't want to eat.
Sitting here just starving for more Marvel
go.
content. Grossly underweight.
Hungry.
In dire need. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Otherwise, I'll Moon Knight you in the face. All right.
There's chaos in you. The fun of Moon Knight is getting introduced to a new superhero in a new world.
It's a real, legitimate character study.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
I can't unhear that now.
Right, because he made fun of himself.
Because he made fun of himself. Now every time he says that line, I'm like...
My waking life.
My waking life.
Hold on, there's this cool move that he just did here that was kind of like, what's her name? Kate Beckinsale in Underworld.
With the white suit?
Yeah.
Moon Knight is a spectacular
Who is that?
character. He's got an incredibly unique visual look.
Our job was to kind of put a lens on the things that had the most dramatic juice and ultimately take the mental health aspect incredibly seriously.
Yeah.
Stephen.
The way we're tackling the story, we learn about Stephen and then learn about Mark.
What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
And they're the same person.
The tone is like Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. It's a bit dark at times.
That's dope.
To tie it into something so vast and supernatural, it's amazing.
I'm loving all the Egyptian stuff.
Every aspect of this show has a duality, and we've shifted the paradigm.
For me, what's really exciting is that it's totally unpredictable.
I can't wait!
Hold up, what was in his hand?
In Ethan Hawke's hand?
Yeah.
It was a scarab, I think.
Every aspect.
Love that.
What is going on there?
That's the Egyptian god, the moon god. Is that his name Khonsu or something? And then I guess maybe that's also him, whichever iteration of Moon Knight or one of his personalities that wears that suit. I don't know who the third person is, maybe the lady.
Are you sure they're not just at the light show at the Natural History Museum? You know, when you just sit back in that chair and just see all the stars and what.
I mean, that is pretty cool, but no.
It's gotten pretty epic. You lay back in that chair and, oh man, it's like you're in space. This right here, that's what I wanted to
I
see.
thought that was a scarab.
So he's like Jafar?
He's a white Jafar.
I need to find the
Cave of Wonders.
The Cave of Wonders.
I'm out here in the desert. I need me an Aladdin. His name's Moon Knight.
Only one may enter here. The one who is worth the diamond in the rough.
Okay, so what does the scarab do? And look at the guy
wait.
behind him is obviously confused. He's like not part of the crew.
I'm not sure if that's a scarab, but it doesn't look like a scarab. The scarab is symbolically really important in Egyptian mythology. I forget exactly why, but if you watch The Mummy, don't you remember the scarabs?
Yeah.
They're like all running out and
You know,
stuff.
if you really like Egyptian stuff and
Yeah.
you really, really like Oscar Isaac, you know what you should watch? X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh my God. I love how, you know, we're getting to see more of the Egyptian element in there. I'm liking what they're saying about how they're going to take the mental health aspect really seriously. I think they've done a really good job with that so far. Like, I loved how they approached grief in WandaVision, which thinking back on it now, I'm like, I think that show was the one that really just hit me emotionally, especially by the end. Like, in the beginning, it took a second to kind of be like, oh, what are we watching exactly? But then once I got into it, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I like that idea of, you know, exploring the duality within his character and within this personality.
I'm liking all the set pieces they got here.
It looks cool.
And then in addition to that, we got a little bit of parkour going on here. I mean, they kind of repeated the shot here, is what it looks like, where they shot it from two different angles. I wonder if he did this stunt himself, because it looks like he's going up pretty high.
Wow.
And then he's going into a crash pad, I would imagine, because he dives behind the car there. Whoever that is, they're going behind a car, so I can't tell, but I would imagine there's a crash pad there of some kind.
I hope so.
For
That
Oscar
looks
Isaac to land
painful.
on. He strikes me as the kind of individual that is like, I could do it, I could do it. So here at around 33 seconds, we've got this very, very mystical, spiritual, ghostly element with the pyramids and whatnot. Kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters a little bit, if I'm being totally honest, with Zool. I think is her name. God, it's been a minute since I've watched Ghostbusters, but like there's a whole thing like this with lightning striking a building at the end of Ghostbusters. She also has like, she's flanked by lions, and so it kind of has that sort of Egyptian. That's why this is reminding me of Ghostbusters a little bit. And she can see, it's like a pyramid.
Yeah, no, totes. I definitely see it.
And then Gozer comes out. So I'm just wondering if it's at all like that, you know, if it's the whole point of what Ethan Hawke is doing is, because I know nothing about Moon Knight, and I know even less about like Egyptian gods and stuff like that, and so I'm just wondering if what he's doing is summoning a greater spirit or a force of some kind.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely looks like that because he's trying to get the power of the moon god, presumably, right? And that's why he wants to get in there and do whatever the hell he needs to do.
Right.
Like he knows what's up, but our protagonist doesn't.
Exactly.
I really like how the director's talking about, you know, we're starting out by learning about this character of Steve, who's not even his main personality. And it's such an interesting way to go about it. Is like, I mean, or maybe that makes the most sense, is to go with one of the secondary or, you know, smaller other personalities, and then, you know, get us hooked into this guy only to find out, wait, that's not even the real guy. That's not even the primary personality. The actual guy is Mark. And then, you know, we discover Mark at the same time as Steve maybe is discovering Mark, or who he is, or like how they integrate and come together. It's really fascinating, and I'm just curious as to how they're going to handle that.
And as a fellow mental health, I appreciate what they're doing here. I just think it's kind of hilarious that they're like, oh, we're keeping the mental health thing, you know, I'm like, all right.
Well, you have to say that nowadays.
I know
what I mean?
I know, but like, what are you accomplishing by doing that? That's all I'm asking. It's just a question. Like, what exactly are you accomplishing? So you're spreading awareness because we don't know what mental health is? I'm asking genuinely if that's the goal there.
I think the goal is to approach it more realistically. Like, how do you approach someone with, I don't even know what the term is anymore. I don't know if the term is with split personality disorder, or is it dissociative identity disorder, or something like that. Like, how would you go about that in real life?
I don't know, but like, as someone who's always trying to back away from the precipice of depression and like dealing with, I don't know, all kinds of OCDs and whatnot in my own life, what constitutes as mental health? It seems like a very broad topic. Mental health is very all-encompassing, that phrase. Usually that is in reference to people who are dealing with shit, right?
Everyone's dealing with shit.
I know, but when the phrase is used, it's aimed at people who are dealing with like heavy shit. What I'm asking is like, and what? Because he's going, oh, we're taking the mental health thing seriously. Well, you know, it's an integral part of the whole show. I'm like, for what?
Well, yeah, because he's a guy. He's really scared. Wouldn't you be scared if you woke up and you were like, wait, I'm not even wearing the same
so glad
clothes.
You said that. Woke. I'm so glad you said that.
We all have to.
You know what I need?
At some point.
I need Falcon to show up and say, do better.
Do better.
I just need Falcon to show up with a speech. I am so excited by Moon Knight. Do not get me wrong.
I'm very excited.
I'm very happy about everything they're showing us. I'm just a little bit turned off by that little mention. Are proceeds going to something? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, what exactly is being accomplished by mentioning that in this little thing? That's all I want to know, because it just feels a little bit virtue signally-ish.
Maybe.
You know?
It seemed important to them, okay, the people who made it.
Are any proceeds going to go to Jaby Koay to help keep him away from the precipice of depression?
I think you're doing fine.
Anyway, that was fun, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up to let YouTube know you enjoy what you're watching. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.